What is going on, YouTube? Shane over Boosted Z. So today I'm going to teach you guys how to make steel braided fuel lines, the PTFE. This is E85 rated fuel line. So it's got, come on over here, bud. It's got plastic inner lining in there, kind of like a PEX pipe for house plumbing, but it is E85 safe, methanol safe, other fuel line safe type of situation. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's pretty basic. A lot of people know how to make them. I'm going to show you how I do it. It's kind of simple. It's kind of easy. I like making these fuel lines over the rubber, just regular steel bladed fuel lines. These are a lot easier to make. You don't struggle as much, don't hurt your hands as much while you're trying to put these fittings on. So I think spending a little bit extra money on these PTFE lines is much better and easier on the install than just, you know, cheaping out and buying the regular rubber lines. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. The first few things you're gonna need some sort of cutoff wheel. If you don't have one of those, you can use a hacksaw, whatever is gonna cut, but these have steel braid inside of them, so you're gonna need something that's gonna cut the steel wire inside without fraying it all up. Obviously you're gonna need some fittings, and for this I'm building an AN10 line. So the wrench I'm going to be using is 1 1/16 inch, but it just all depends on what size line you're making, if it's 6 AN, 8 AN, 10 AN, whatever, so on and so forth. If you guys don't know what AN stands for, it's American Navy. So it's an American Navy fitting is pretty much what AN stands for. They are pretty much all the same, but they have a flared end in the middle for a nice, you know, tight fit without any type of Teflon, any type like pipe sealant, stuff like that. So those are good. The other tool you're going to need for the PTFE line is the tool right here that comes with the kit usually, and that's going to go inside the hole when you're trying to put your ferrule on. Alright, so we've measured out our line, and this is what I need from on my fuel line. This goes from my fuel tank to my fuel pump. It obviously is going to be different for every build that you're doing, but this is what I need here. So we're going to start out by cutting the line. What I like to do, and many people like to do, and you can see on all the ends of the line, is there's a piece of tape. I put the piece of tape right in the middle of where I'm going to cut. While you're cutting the pipe, this tape is going to make sure everything, all the steel braided and the nylon braid, isn't going to fray, so you can get your fittings on. So pretty simple, little tip trick right there. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut this pipe in half. Just do her nice and slow, let the blade do the work, don't try to force it because it's going to bind up and burn that rubber inside. So, got your line cut, make sure you blow through it, take some air, whatever, blow through with your mouth. Make sure you get all the crap out of the inside of that pipe. But the last thing you want to do is get this all put together, put your fuel lines in, and run a bunch of crap through there. So once I'm completely done, I'll run my air compressor and run a blower through it as well. Alright, so we've got our line cut. Next I'm going to take this fitting here. I'm going to take off my safety glasses. Always use safety glasses while you're cutting. So, got the line cut. We've got our fitting ready to go. I'm going to clamp it in a vise today. If you don't have a vise, you can do 2 wrenches. I've done that many times. Just use 2 wrenches on both fittings and tighten it down. Not a big deal. Vise just makes it so you can work on it a little bit easier and not have to struggle so much. So the PTFE lines, they have the aluminum ferrule inside. That's something that you're going to have, you know, make sure that you have it with the PTFE. Collar in the fitting there. So I'm just going to lock this fitting into the vise. You don't have to lock it in super tight. These fittings are aluminum, so you don't want to crunch it down and break it or anything like that. And then next, you're going to run your fitting up on the pipe here. So I'm going to take just about a wrap and a half off of this. And I want to leave a little bit on there just while I'm putting this fitting on, because it'll help all that stuff fray. Bam, super simple and easy. Other ones that I've used in the past that aren't these, man, you got to really twist them on there. Your palm of your hand gets all raw, things like that. I really like that. So go ahead and remove your tape, and then you're going to take either a pick, a small screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, something like that, and you're just going to kind of push this steel braided line back along with the nylon braided. In the instructions, it tells you to actually pick all these apart and get them unfrayed and then throw your collar on. But I've actually noticed this is a little bit better of a install. And all I'm doing is just prying back the braid a little bit. And what we're doing here is we're trying to expose the PEX pipe underneath to put that ferrule on. Alright, done and done. So now we're going to take our little ferrule, and all we're going to do is slide that on there. Now they give this tool with the kit, and this is to use so you can kind of push this ferrule on. You shove it inside the hole there and push this ferrule on. I've noticed it's kind of hard to do. So what I do is I use the back of it and I'll just push this ferrule on. It just seems to slide on a little bit better. Nice and easy like. So now if you look inside there, the PEX pipe has reached the end of the ferrule there. You want it to make sure it's touching all the way or the barbs aren't going to grab. After I've got that in, I'm going to stick this guy back in there. Make sure we've got enough room in there. She slides in there good. Now we're ready to go and install. Alright, so we've got everything on, everything's ready to roll. I'm just going to shove this guy down inside there. You can use a little bit of lubrication if you want. When I use lubrication, it's either like oil. I use a 2-stroke oil. Just preference. You can use any type of lube that you want. I use 2-stroke oil, especially in the fill lines, because if it goes into your motor and you burn a little bit of 2-stroke oil, not that big of a deal. It's made to burn. Okay, so we've got the tube slipped onto our fitting. You're just going to pretty much slide this guy down and start threading her on. And I like to thread with my hand until it gets too tight where I can't thread it. You can buy these wrenches that go for these fittings. They don't scratch them up. I just choose not to buy them. I've got wrenches that'll fit. So I like to just tighten them by hand until we get to that point, and then I'll use the wrench to tighten the rest of the way up. It may scratch it and gull it up a little bit. I'm not too worried about it. Some people are, and that's why they buy those specific wrenches is for it. If I can get that bad boy on there. And then you're just going to keep tightening this down until the tube bottom out. I don't always bottom like completely tight, because at this point the pipe is sealed. One thing that I do is preference, is I line the two bolts up. As you can see right there, I think it just looks better. I don't like it the way they look when this guy's meeting that guy. Just doesn't look good. Little ADD type of stuff, but right there. Go ahead and undo that from the vise there. And you got one side made. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll make the other side, and we'll come back up and catch you guys there in a minute. Alright guys, so we are all done making that line. Super simple, super easy. That whole line and fitting making literally took me, what, 3 minutes you'd say? Yeah. Yeah, or so, I mean 3, 4, 5 minutes at most, and you got your line done. These are super awesome, super easy to use. I really like the PTFE lines. I'll probably never go back to that rubber line ever again. Sometimes you gotta spend a little bit more, but the amount of time and effort that I put into making these compared to the old ones, totally worth it. So, we appreciate you guys watching. We hope you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you pay attention for more. We got plenty more how-to videos on how to do this stuff. If you guys think you learned something, you know, and want to learn more, check us out. And if there's tips that we didn't put in there, definitely comment in there. You know, little tips and tricks that you guys use to get these things together too. We'd like to hear them. You know, we're always up for learning new things and you know, just building our process up and learning more all the time. So, hey, we appreciate you guys watching. Until next time.